A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver. The Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fella. I'm Silver. Hooray!
Old Pete Digby was a thin, wiry man whose explosive temper was a cover-up for what he lacked in strength and courage. Pete owned a small pig farm near the town of Stockton, Texas, where he lived with his 10-year-old orphan grandson, Bobby. One morning, Pete finished loading several small pigs onto his farm wagon, intending to take them to the stockyard in town.
There. At last we got those ornery critters into the wagon, Bobby.
Gosh, Grandpa, I wish you'd raise something else besides pigs.
Nothing wrong with raising pigs, Bobby. Don't cost much to feed them. The folks out here eat plenty of bacon.
But in town the other day, a man asked me if I was kin to the pig man.
What?
I don't like it when they call you that, Grandpa.
But pig man? Who said that? By Jiminy, I'll make him eat his words. No low-down, weak-kneed hombre's going to call me that and get away with it. Who was he?
I don't know, but he was a big man and sort of tough-looking.
Oh. Well, I'll overlook it this time. But if you ever hear anyone say that again, Bobby, just tell me who he is and I'll...
What do you do?
You'll see when the time comes. Now, let's get onto the wagon seat and start for town with these critters. Get up there! Come on! Get up there! Get on there! Get up there!
That morning in town, three men stood across from the bank talking in low voices. Foxy Gill, a tough crook with many robberies to his credit, glanced toward the bank, then spoke to Sam and Jay, his partners in crime.
There's only one hombre in the bank now. Soon as he comes out, we'll saunter over and go inside. You two cover the bank workers while I get the cash from the teller.
Right. Our horses are at the hitch rack right in front of the bank.
Good. I have this small satchel to put the cash into. There goes the last bank customer. Let's go.
The three men nonchalantly walked across the street and entered the bank.
Jay, you keep an eye on the door.
Right.
That's fine.
Now get your gun.
Set.
Reach, everybody. There's a holdup. You there. Put the cash in this bag.
Yeah, sure, mister. There it is, all of it.
Right. Now lie down on the floor. You get a bullet.
Sure.
The rest of you do the same. And don't move for 5 minutes. We won't. All right, men, let's go and make it fast.
Right.
Get up!
Come on, get up
there!
Help! Get the sheriff! The bank's been robbed!
Foxy and his pals covered their trail, then circled to the opposite side of the town.
Easy now, easy.
Come on,
easy
boy, slow down.
Where are we heading for, Foxy?
Place I used once before in this territory, Sam. A natural cave in the hills, not far from here.
You think it's safe to hide out so close?
Yeah, for a short time. Somebody might see us on the trail if we keep riding now. We'll hide out till darkness sets in, and we'll leave here. Don't worry, Jay. I'm not called Foxy for nothing.
Well, whatever you do's all right with me, Foxy.
Good. We covered our tracks well, so there's no danger of a posse finding that cave. Now, let's get a move on. Get up!
Get up! Come on! Get up!
Pete Digby drove his slow-moving wagon along the same trail toward town, a short time after the three crooks had turned off to ride to their hideout. Bobby was saying,
Grandpa,
What is it, son?
I was thinking, do we have to sell my pig, Herbert?
Herb. First time I ever heard of anyone giving an ornery pig a name. I thought you forgot you did name him.
Oh, no, I've been calling him that right along. He seems to know that's his name, too.
Oh, fiddlesticks. He'd answered anything long as he saw you bringing food to the pen. And whatever possessed you to call him Herbert, I'd like to know.
Well, because he's fat and sort of pink-looking, like Mr. Herbert at the bank.
Oh, hope Ike Herbert doesn't hear about that. He'd sure feel insulted.
But Herbert isn't like the other pigs.
Well, pigs is pigs, son, and nothing could change him. Say, just before he left, I thought you told me you didn't like raising pigs.
Well, raising a few would be all right. But if we had some cows or something, too, folks wouldn't call you the pig man.
They don't dare call me that to my face.
But about Herbert, Grandpa, do we have to sell him, do we?
Well, that pig will bring more than any of the others. Bobby, he's plenty fat and clean looking. You did a good job raising him by yourself, and I told you could use the money to buy new clothes and boots.
But I changed my mind. I want to keep Herbert. I don't want new clothes or boots, Grandpa.
Oh, stop sniveling, boy. Pigs are raised for selling, and that pig will be sold along with the rest. Who ever heard of somebody getting to like a pig? By Jiminy, Hey, what in tarnation? Ho! Ho! Steady there! Ho!
Grandpa, look there in the trail, a big snake.
Oh, easy there! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa there! Whoa! Can't hold on to them. They're running away. Whoa! Hold on, Bobby. Hold on.
All right.
Hang on, Bobby. We're going downhill and coming to a turn. Whoa there! Whoa! Whoa! Watch out!
A farm wagon struck a protruding rock on the sharp curve and overturned. The traces broke, the horses ran on, and the pigs were thrown out onto the road.
Oh, Bobby. Bobby!
I'm all right, Grandpa. Are you hurt?
I'll tell you in a minute when I try to move. Oh, get out of here, you smirking hunk of pork. Get out of here.
You aren't hurt, Grandpa. You sat up and threw that stone, all right.
Huh? Say, that's right. Reckon I didn't bust any bones. Oh, sure got bruised up a little, though. Can still get around all right. Oh, tarnation take it. Now we gotta round up the horses, then right the wagon and find the pigs.
Grandpa, look. A masked man and an Indian bringing back our team.
Those outlaws are trying to steal our horses. Well, now where's my doggone gun?
Over there on the ground. I'll get it.
Oh, Silver. Easy, big fella. You seem to have had trouble, mister.
What do you mean, seem to have? We have plenty. And now you two hombres come along to add to it. By Jiminy, if I had my gun...
Thanks, both of you.
Kimasabi, boy, hold gun.
Put down the gun, son. We're not outlaws. We're here to help you.
Grandpa said you are outlaws and that you're trying to steal our team. but I won't let you.
Mister, your grandson has a lot of courage for one so young. I think you better tell him to drop that gun before someone gets hurt.
No use, Bobby. They both carry guns. And if you fire, they'd shoot me, maybe. Better drop it.
But, Grandpa...
It's all right, Bobby. We won't take the team. We'll help you right the wagon and mend the traces.
Well, all right.
Well, if you really mean what you say, stranger, I don't savvy that mask.
Maybe you hear a Lone Ranger.
I have. My dad used to talk about him. Dad was a sheriff before he got killed. He said the Lone Ranger rode a big white stallion and wore a black mask and used silver bullets. Gosh, are you really the Lone Ranger?
Yes, Bobby, and he's Tonto.
Well, I'll be jiggered. Of course, I can't have had the idea you was all the time. Otherwise, I'd have got that gun from Bobby and I...
I'm sure you'd have caused us plenty of trouble, Mr.
I'm Pete Digby. This is Bobby, my grandson. Got a pig farm back up the trail a piece. We were taking 10 pigs to town when the horses spied a rattler and lit out. Then we had this accident. Now the pigs are wandering back in the brush.
Don't worry, Pete. Tonto and I'll help you find them and get started for town.
Soon the wagon was ready, and all but one of the pigs had been found. A short search for the missing animal proved fruitless, and Pete decided to go on without it.
I reckon we're lucky to find 9 out of the 10 pigs, mister. No use wasting more time looking for it.
But, Grandpa, the one that's missing is Herbert.
Herbert?
The boy raised a pig and named it Herbert. He sort of took a liking to it.
Oh.
Herbert is different from other pigs. I want to keep him, but Grandpa was going to sell him anyway. Now he's going to, and I won't see him anymore.
Tonto and I'll keep our eyes open for him, Bobby. Maybe we'll find him. If we do, we'll return him to you.
I sure hope you find him, mister.
Well, now, Bobby, no use getting upset over a pig. Mister, thanks a lot for helping us like you did.
That's all right, Pete. We're glad to have come along. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye for a while.
Goodbye.
Bobby.
Goodbye.
Easy, big fella.
Easy, fella.
Come on, Silver.
Come up, Scout.
Get up! Get up there! Come on!
Pete Digby went on to town, where he disposed of the 9 pigs and learned of the bank robbery. It was around noon when he and Bobby returned to the farmhouse and had lunch. Then Pete went into the bedroom to rest. When Bobby was certain his grandfather was sleeping, the boy started on foot for the place where the accident had happened, 2 miles from the farm. There he turned from the trail and began searching the hillside for his pig, Herbert.
Here, Herbert! Suey, Suey, Suey! Pig, pig, pig! Here, Herbert! Suey, Suey!
At the cave hideout, Foxy and his 2 companions waited for darkness. Foxy was saying,
Hey, I just thought we didn't get any supplies. Doggone it, we haven't anything to eat.
Hey, listen. What's that?
Let's go see. Look, a porker. There's our food. Hey, somebody hunting that pig.
Hey, look, I see him. A boy coming this way.
Grab that pig quick.
Yeah, I'll get him. Come here, you.
Hey, he ran into the cave. And that boy's running up here. He heard the racket.
We'll wait and get the boy, then we'll kill the pig later. We'll tie the boy and leave him in the cave, where he won't be found for some time.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger adventure. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue. Hearing the pig squeal, Bobby ran up the hillside.
Here, pig, 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 pig! Here, Herbert!
As he approached the cave, Foxy and his two friends stepped from the brush.
Hey, where do you think you're going, boy?
Oh, hello. I'm looking for my pig, Herbert. I heard him squeal a minute ago. Did you see him?
Yeah, sure. He went inside that cave.
Thanks a lot. I'll get him.
Now, wait a minute. We'll all go in.
It's light enough in here to see. There he is. That's Herbert.
Never mind that pig, youngster. You'll make good eating.
But he's mine. I raised him. Horses in here, 3 of them. Why are you staying in this cave, mister?
Get the questions, boy, and forget the pig.
No, he's mine. I brought a piece of rope. I have it in my pocket. I'll tie it to Herbert and take him back home.
Give me that rope.
Hey.
You're not going home. You're staying here. Do you savvy?
But why?
Here, Sam, tie the boy. If he got away and told anyone about us being here, the sheriff and posse'd head this way pronto.
Right.
Hey, let me go. I want to go home. Let me go.
When you finish tying him, put a gag in his mouth to stop that whimpering.
Right.
Hey, Foxy, the pig. He's heading for the cave entrance.
Grab him. Don't let him get out.
Run, Herbert, run!
Come here, you. You let him get away.
How'd I know he'd move so fast?
Never mind. You and Sam will catch him later. But don't use your gun. Somebody might hear the shot.
That boy's tied and gagged now.
Good. We'll get that porker. And leave the boy here and head for New Mexico territory.
Meanwhile, the Lone Ranger and Tonto had learned of the robbery in town. They managed to find the trail of the crooks in spite of Foxy's efforts to cover it. And by early afternoon, were riding the hill trail that led to Pete's farm.
This same trail we ride this morning when we help old feller and grandson.
Yes, Tonto.
Storm come up, Kimasabi.
I noticed the dark clouds gathering. I hoped the rain would hold off until we found the crooks' hideout. We'll take shelter under that ledge to the left until the storm passes. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
The storm quickly passed, but it lasted long enough to eradicate the tracks left by Foxy and his men. The Lone Ranger and Tonto once more started along the trail. As they approached the scene of the wagon accident, they saw Pete Digby riding down the hill toward them.
Oh, Scout, old feller.
Whoa! Whoa there! Whoa!
Howdy.
Howdy.
Oh,
Didn't expect to run into you two hombres so soon. Did you see anything of Bobby?
Bobby? No. Why do you ask?
Well, the boy left the farm while I was sleeping. Left a scrawled note saying he was going to search for his pig, Herbert. I followed his footprints for a while, but the rain washed him away.
He would have come here to start the search.
that's right.
Yeah, reckon so. Bobby! Bobby! Don't like to think of him wandering on foot in these hills. He must have been out in that storm, too.
Do you think he could find his way back home, Pete?
Well, I doubt it. That is, if he wanders too far. Bobby usually sticks plenty close to home. How come you're back here?
Well, we heard of the bank robbery in town. We trailed the crooks this far, but the rain spoiled the trail. We'll help search for Bobby. There are open plains to the left and no one to be seen out there. Bobby must have gone up the slope to the right and into the hills looking for his pig.
Well, that's right. That's where they all headed when the wagon overturned.
All right, let's go. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Get up there!
After the storm passed, Foxy watched from the cave entrance, while Sam and Jay, carrying lariats, went to find Bobby's pig. About 100 yards from the cave, Jay spied the pig grubbing in the wet ground.
Hey, look. There he is. I'll throw my lariat. I got him. Come on, Sam. Help me tie him.
Quickly, the two men roped the pig. Then, as it still squealed loudly, carried it to the cave.
Good work. I'll take him inside. Then we'll butcher it and have plenty of pork to see us through.
Some distance down the slope, the Lone Ranger, Tonto, and Pete rode slowly through the brush. Suddenly, they heard the squealing pig.
Listen,
Oh, Scout, old feller.
it's a pig squealing like something was hurting him. Must be Bobby's Herbert.
That squealing came from up the slope.
Yeah. Bobby! Bobby!
Let's ride up there. Come on, Silver.
Get up there!
At the cave, Foxy suddenly called out from where he stood in the entrance.
Sam, Jay, I just heard someone shouting down the slope.
Huh? Hey, are you sure?
Yeah. Someone must be hunting for the boy. It's a good thing that pig stopped squealing.
Maybe we ought to kill it quick.
No, not yet. Make a racket. Whoever's out there won't know we're in here. We wait till he comes close, then gun him. I'll keep out of sight just inside the entrance here. And have your guns ready.
The tall brush hid the approach of the masked man and his companions as they moved slowly up the slope. Finally, the Lone Ranger pulled to a stop and pointed.
fella.
Look, pig tracks. Indications that he may have lain in the mud. And there are the tracks of two men going up the slope from here.
Kimasabi.
Yes.
Maybe crooks near here.
Yes, we'll dismount. Easy, steady, be cautious. Now we'll follow those footprints.
Maybe if I call
No,
Bobby.
no, Pete. We must be cautious. Let's go.
Moving slowly and cautiously, the three men continued up the slope. After going half the distance, the masked man saw the cave entrance through the brush.
Look, Tonto, the cave. Must be the crook's hideout. The footprints go there.
And what we do?
We'll separate. You and Pete go one way, I'll go the other. We'll make our way to the base of the ridge, then move toward the cave entrance from each side.
That's good.
They must have heard Pete call Bobby's name. They know someone's on the slope. Pete, wait. Instead of going with Tonto, I have another plan for you.
What?
Go back down the slope to the horses. When you get there, start calling Bobby again. And mount your horse and ride away across the clearing down there so they'll be sure to see you.
Yeah. You mean risk taking a bullet in the back?
They think you're leaving without having discovered the cave. They'll not risk the sound of a shot. I hope they'll come outside to make sure you do right away. That's when Tonto and I get the drop on them.
Well, all right, I'll do it.
Good.
The three crooks waited with ready guns just inside the cave entrance. Finally,
There he is again.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem any closer.
Hey, look. Down there, crossing the clearing. Somebody riding down the slope.
Yeah, he's in range. I'll
No, you fool. Let him go. He didn't see the cave. He's leaving. A shot might cause somebody to investigate.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Let's step outside and make sure he keeps going.
Reach and drop those guns.
Hey, what? A masked man.
Hold it! No! Get back in the cave, Jay.
You not do that!
Oh, I'm hit. Oh!
Now, mister, you're between us. You want more guns?
No, I'll drop my gun.
Cover them, Tonto. I'll pick up their guns, then take a look inside the cave.
quickly, the masked man picked up the crook's guns, then went inside where he found Bobby bound and gagged.
Here, Bobby, I'll free you.
I thought they would kill me.
Easy.
They wouldn't let me go home, and they were going to kill Herbert, too. He's tied up over there.
Better leave Herbert tied until we get him back home, Bobby. He'll be all right.
Oh, there. Oh, here. By Jiminy, you got him.
Grandpa, I found Herbert, but those men, they wouldn't let me go home.
Bobby, son.
Here are the horses and the bank money's in the saddlebags. Your help, Pete, we captured the crooks and found Bobby and Herbert.
Golly, Grandpa, I didn't know you were so brave.
Well, now, I don't tell you everything, Bobby.
We'll tie the crooks to their horses. Then, after leaving Herbert at your place, take them to town, Pete.
We'll take Herbert, too, and sell him.
Oh, no, please, Grandpa.
Pete, if it hadn't been for Herbert, we wouldn't have found Bobby or captured the crooks.
Well, now, I reckon you're right, mister. All right, Bobby, you can keep that doggone pig, Herbert.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Let's get started, shall we?
It was sundown when the Lone Ranger and Tonto watched from the edge of town as Pete and Bobby on one horse rode into Stockton, leading the three horses to which the crooks were tied.
Whoa, ho there, ho there. Hey, who are they, Pete? What's this all about? Get down, Bobby. There you are. Steady, boy. Somebody bring the sheriff out here. Here he comes now. Hey, those are the three bank robbers.
Wait a minute here. What's going on? Pete, how come those men...
You had a bank robbery, didn't you?
Sure,
Then
but...
stop gaping and put these crooks behind bars. The cash is in the saddlebags.
Great day.
Pete Digby, you mean to say you captured these tough crooks single-handed?
Well, they're here, ain't they?
Why, I can't believe it. Ike Herbert has offered a reward for their capture.
Oh, he's the man I named my pig after.
What? What pig is that, son?
My pig, Herbert. Because of him, the crooks were captured.
Well, I reckon in that case, Ike won't care what you name the pig. You gonna be a pig man like your grandpa, Bobby?
He's not a pig man.
That's right. With that reward, I'm buying cattle. And I'll raise pigs on the side.
Gosh. Then folks will call you a rancher.
Folks will call him a hero, son, for capturing these crooks like he did.
Well, I can't exactly take the credit for all of it, Sheriff. A certain masked man and Indian helped me.
A masked man and Indian? Well, I don't say... Oh, so that's it. I might have known.
What are you laughing at, Sheriff?
Hey, what's the joke?
Oh, no joke at all, men. I reckon it's all right to go ahead and pay that reward to Pete Digby. But all I want to say is, he's a mighty lucky hombre to have a friend who's known as the Lone Ranger.
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created by George W. Trendle, produced by Trendle Campbell Muir Incorporated, and directed by Charles D. Livingston. Tonight's drama was written by Dan Beatty and edited by Fran Stryker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beamer.